This week's Spontaneanation is brought to you by Cards Against Humanity. Cards Against Humanity is a party game. It's also a company that would like me to incorporate 3 specific sentences into this ad, sentences I have never seen before until this moment. This is meant to convince you that you should go buy Cards Against Humanity. So here goes. If there's one thing Napoleon knew, it was how to skin a cat. Probably knew more than that. Did not know how to not get exiled to Elba and inspire a palindrome. Look it up. Here's the next sentence. Oh no, I accidentally said pubic radio. I don't know what to do about that because I clearly didn't. I said it on purpose just now. All right. Sentence number 3. I like being a little choked, thus the bow ties. Well, I like that one's personalized a little bit. I mean, it could be a coincidence, but I think because I am known to wear bow ties on occasion. Well, I'm no Bill Nye the Science Guy. But I do respect science. And my name is Bill Nye. So, all right. I changed it for show business. Cards Against Humanity. Let's hope this worked. Welcome, all of you, weary travelers, refreshed travelers, sleepy travelers, Irish travelers, the gypsy folk of Ireland. Welcome to you all to Spontaneanation. Oh, there's extra fanfare. All right. Thought I knew when that was over, but life is full of surprises. Life. That's all we got, guys. We just got life. Now you may say, Paul, what about the afterlife? Well, we don't got that. We don't know that we got that. We'll find out if we got that. And then I tell you what, if you should die before this podcast is over and you encounter proof of the afterlife and it's allowed, I would like you to tweet us and tell us. And guess what, Paul? There is an afterlife. We got it. So your whole thing about, life is all there is was way off base. I can fly now. I have wings. I play a little bitty harp. I don't know what those are called, those little harps that angels in cartoons play. Harplets? Probably harplets. It's not just a spring water company where they bring spring water to you. Do you know, when I first started making grown-up money from a grown-up job, I decided, hey, I'm going to have spring water in my home. I'm going to have one of those water coolers in my kitchen. I think that'll be cool. Well, I had grown-up money, but I did not have a grown-up sense of responsibility. And so I forgot to pay the bill for a long time. And then eventually the delivery guy himself called me to tell me I had let him down. And you know what? I had. And I felt bad about it. I don't feel bad about it anymore. I'm not saying that my behavior is excused, but I'm saying it was a long time ago. That's one thing I'm not going to beat myself up over anymore. Not being prompt with my sparklets bill. Oh, there's a lot of things for which I will surely roast in hell. Proof of afterlife? We'll certainly see. I'm winking at you. People in this room can tell that I did not actually wink. There, I did it. Ugh. My supervisor's here today. It's the worst. Gotta be on my best behavior. And wouldn't you know, I'm putting my makeup on in the car. I get lipstick all over my eyelids. I reached for the wrong thing. I got a mouthful of mascara. You guys know I wear makeup, right? That's why my eyes always pop. I mean, I'm no Nestor Carbonell, but I do what I can. Man, I must have said that 10 times today. I'm no Nestor Carbonell, but I do what I can. Nestor Carbonell. His beautiful eyelashes. Not just the top, also the bottoms. What's his secret? Probably implants. I mean, it's Hollywood, darling. Every actor's eyelashes that you see, if you've admired them, they're fake, bought and paid for. Who else? Who are some of the other famous male acting eyelash icons? Meatloaf a Day? That's his last name. Did you know that? His first name is not Meatloaf, but I guess he decided, I don't want to be called just Meatloaf anymore. Call me Meatloaf a Day. How about Rob or whatever your name is? What a seamless transition from Meatloaf, the handkerchief clutching, oxygen sucking, overweight pop star, to Meatloaf a Day, the actor from Fight Club and probably another movie. Eventually he'll just be Mr. A Day, when he is a retired gentleman on his farm in... Where are farms? Idaho? I don't know. Yeah, he's a potato farmer. Guys, no one's more disappointed in the way that ended up than me. Do you think I wanted Meatloaf to retire to a potato farm? No. I wanted him, here's what I wanted for him, was to grow sugarcane in Hawaii. Who wouldn't want that, right? You're out in the beautiful sunshine of Hawaii with the palm trees swaying, sugarcane all over the place, whatever that looks like. Is it a tree type thing? Is it a root vegetable? Is it like stalks of wheat? Oh, did you like the way I pronounced that? I have excellent diction and mouth sounds. Gross. Well, if your scalp is tingling, it's time for me to explain what is going on. This is Spontaneanation. I am Paul F. Tompkins. On the piano, you hear Mr. Eban Schletter. That's right. And I am going to have a chat with a special guest. And after that, I'm going to invite 3 of my improviser friends to improvise a single story, probably drawing on elements of everything that's been said up to that point. I think it all makes sense. But then I got a couple eyes full of lipstick, so what do I know? Call back. Why don't I introduce the aforementioned special guest, this gentleman you will recognize from the bookstore. He's written 3 books. You'll recognize him from the television, commercials, and shows. It's very rare to have someone that does both. You may recognize him from the stage, where he performs on it. Please welcome to Spontaneanation, Mr. John Hodgman. John, hello.
Hello. I can talk now?
Yes, you can talk now. You can raise the microphone up to your goddamn mouth.
It's hard.
Or maybe you can't.
What?
I don't know why.
What prank is this?
Well, it's a challenge.
I'm talking about force it if you don't mind.
I'll force it if you don't mind.
Someone who owns this equipment came over to try to help, and I went, no.
Engineer Brett.
I'll make it.
I know how it works. No.
Make it go.
You won't be necessary here.
Yes. I'll destroy this before I receive any help from you.
I'll break it into submission, thank you.
That's how I live my life.
John, thankfully you're a parent, so you have that parent adrenaline, which kicks in whenever there's danger.
Yep. But I already lifted up one car today.
It's all about cars, right?
So I'm tired.
Parental adrenaline's all about cars.
Tired again. I wasted it. It wasn't even my kid.
Just a kid?
Yeah, some kid was trapped under. How does it work? A child is trapped under a car?
Child's trapped under a car. It happens
all the time. And the mother lifts
time.
it up like Superman from Action Comics issue 1?
Well, now is he
and
lifting up a car?
Throws it at a criminal?
In that. You know what's funny? Because in that image, and if you have never seen that image of Superman on the cover of Action Comics,
congratulations on your normal life.
It It looks like to me that he's catching a car that someone else has thrown because the rear end of the car is up in the air.
Yeah,
he's clutching the front end.
Yeah.
So is he picking up the car to smash someone with?
Yeah. I think that's the only conclusion that can be drawn.
All right, I like to think, though,
is that he's going to throw that car at a bunch of criminals and kill them.
He murdered a lot of people, the early Superman.
Yeah.
And was gleeful about it.
Oh, it was fun for him.
Sure.
It was good times.
He's an alien.
Well, yeah, right. He was a malicious alien who came to our planet to wreak havoc and destroy cars.
Now, John, that's enough of this bullshit.
Okay.
We begin our chat. This didn't count. So I would ask the audience to forget that any of this happened.
I agree.
We begin our chat with a question from the previous guest. Mm-hmm. And our question for you is, did you ever name your car? Speaking of cars. And then, if not, what the hell is wrong with you? Our guest goes on to ask. So it's a two-part question, really.
Did I ever name my car?
Mm-hmm. How old were you when you had your first car?
The first car was a hand-me-down.
Sure.
From, it was my mom's car. Mm-hmm. They got a new one. My mom and dad both had cars. I grew up in an upper-middle-class world where sometimes families had two cars.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
One was a Toyota and one was a Subaru. And I got the Subaru Loyale.
Loyale?
Yes.
Loyal? E?
Yes.
Yeah. I've never heard of that.
Subaru Loyale that I believe they bought from a rental fleet used. But there weren't a lot of Subarus. Maybe my parents were lying to me about where they were getting this car. I was an adult or a teenager when they got it. Mm-hmm. And it was used, and they said they got it from a rental fleet. But maybe, I don't know, maybe they stole it.
I've never heard the term rental fleet before.
Yeah, you can. So if you have a rental car company, you have a fleet of cars.
Sure.
that you then send over the ocean.
That must make the rental car guy feel very important.
Oh, that's why he calls himself Admiral, or herself.
Right. Who do you think was the first female admiral of a rental car company?
That would be Admiral Jane Callahan, mm-hmm. Admiral of Enterprise. Mm-hmm. And that's actually the name of my aunt.
Oh.
Never mind.
So she's not on the $1
You know what?
coin.
I'm not an improviser. I'm a writer. I think of things and write them down slowly.
Well, it was improv up till the point where you revealed that you lied.
Yeah.
I think a big secret to improv is not admitting the stuff that you did not actually make up.
Right. No, I understand that I'm still learning. That I thought of Admiral Jane and realized I had no story for her.
She turned out to be your aunt. That was quite a turnaround.
That would have been a way to spin it. Do you know my mother's youngest sister was one of the first female admirals of a rental fleet?
No, you're making that up.
No, she was. Budget rent-a-car of Northeast Philadelphia.
Right.
She was named Admiral.
Admiral Marjorie Budget.
Oh, no, that's true. Budget is known for its nepotism. They only promote from within the Budget family. Now, but made it so amazing that she was able to break the budget season. She was able to break the budget ceiling.
That's right.
I said a word wrong.
We got there.
I'm tired.
I know. We're all tired.
Yeah, we're doing the best we can.
It's an exhausting time. We're all doing the best we can.
As my wife says.
Now, credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
John, did you ever name this car? No.
No.
You're very emphatic about that. Do you feel that
it never occurred to me?
It never occurred. Did you know people that did that?
No, it was not. And it was
really?
No, because I grew up in Brookline, in a fairly urban part of this suburb of Boston. Mm-hmm. And there wasn't a lot of car culture, even though I came from a family with two cars. It was not like Meatloaf living out in Idaho, where people are souping up their geos or whatever.
That's right.
Like a bat out of Des Moines. Is that Idaho? Boise. Which is, now I'm getting them confused. What's the capital of Idaho, Paul?
What's the capital of Idaho?
Yeah.
Idaho City.
Des Moines is Iowa. Boise, Idaho, I believe.
Boise, Idaho.
Has to be correct.
Sure.
I'll look forward to all of your angry letters later, listeners. But
people took public transportation.
People took public transportation. I didn't get a driver's license till I was 19. They cast off this car to me after both my then girlfriend, now wife, had moved to New York City. It was not a thing that we really needed, but they're like, "You want it?" And I'm like, "All right, we'll give it a try." Parked it on the street. Terrible situation. Have to spend, you have it becomes a part-time job moving that car back and forth across the street.
Oh, sure.
In order to beat the street sweeping.
Yes.
So it was not like a teenager getting their first ride at graduation somewhere in the world where everyone has their own car. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
And it was more this annoying burden that I regretted the moment that it was a part of my life. And it was an expense. And I did not wish to give it a cute name. I wanted it to be out of my life. And that happened.
So you never knew anyone who did this?
No, it wasn't something that happened in Eastern Massachusetts.
How about later in life? Did you ever meet anyone who named their car?
Honestly, it has never come up. I'm curious. I know you can't reveal who asked this question. But by the sacred rules of Spontaneanation, it is under seal for the rest of time. And
That's
there's
right.
certainly no way I could go back and guess by listening to previous episodes.
You certainly could. Yeah. They go in chronological order. Right. So you or the listener is welcome to look up previous episodes of our show.
Yeah, but it's really, it was never, not at all. And I don't even know what, I don't want to name a car. You know what I mean?
No, I get. Look. You've established your cool street cred and that you would never do this. What I'm asking is, in the whole of your goddamn life, you've never come across this phenomenon? Because I have.
Sure. I mean, I guess so. I think.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, Paul. I think. I don't know why I'm thinking this, but I feel like Chuck Bryant, the co-host of Stuff You Should Know, named his car. He lives in Atlanta. Right. I could be wrong about that, though. What would you name? Is your car named?
My car is not named. No.
But is it common in Southern? I mean, we are in car culture here. A car is part of your life.
I have known people in Philadelphia, where I'm from, and here in Los Angeles. I've known people who have named their cars.
Right. And what do they name them? Like Baby? Alan?
Yeah, Alan. Mostly Alan. It's a very common car name.
Maybe it's just that I can't think of a good car name. Super Duper?
Well, people name them
Fasty.
They name them almost. In
case the listeners didn't hear, due to the hideous phlegm in the back of my throat, I said Fasty.
Yeah, I think they heard it.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I liked that, but then I coughed at the end of it. And I'm going to cough right now.
Did you want to get a perfect take of you saying Fasty?
No, I think we got it.
Okay. I think people name them sort of old lady names, like Gertie and
Millie.
things like that. Yeah.
Gertie? What is this, Gasoline Alley?
Yeah, it was the creator of Gasoline Alley was a roommate of mine. I wish I could remember that guy's name.
Frank King.
Frank King?
Yeah, created Gasoline Alley. I'm pretty sure. One of two comic strips in which the characters more or less aged in real time.
Right. The other one being High and Lois. No. For better or for worse.
That's right.
There we go.
Yeah.
I knew I would get it.
And so many of the characters, but it's the better to enjoy your feeling of impending mortality as you read the funny pages in the morning, as you watch these characters age with you, and then you're like, oh, no thank you.
Was Gasoline Alley one that you read when you were a kid?
No, I never knew it until Chris Ware curated a whole bunch of collections of the original comics. Chris Ware, the illustrator from Chicago, and cartoonist, put together some beautiful books collecting the old strips. And at a time in my life when I was reading comics for money to write about them for the New York Times newspaper.
Sure.
And the comics were beautiful and heartbreaking because you were watching these characters grow and very emotionally honest.
Right.
And then saddled with only one horrific racist caricature. So on balance, given the time, it came off pretty well.
Was this the 30s that started, that strip?
Yeah, I think 1928 or so, into the 30s.
I remember encountering a spoof of it in Mad Magazine. It did not run in the local paper when I was growing up.
Right, no.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. I remember reading it in Philadelphia when I was visiting my mom's family.
In the Bulletin or the Inquirer?
I think they were an Inquirer family.
We were a Bulletin family.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. The Bulletin, which was a paper that folded and then I think came back to life and maybe folded again. I'm not sure.
I don't know the answer.
You're not on trial here.
No, but I should know because my grandfather worked in the printing press of the newspaper, and I think it was the Inquirer, but it might have been the Bulletin. Actually, that's right. The Bulletin folded, and then he went to go work at the Inquirer.
At the Inky.
Retired. Yeah.
What he worked in the printing press?
Yeah, he worked at. Yeah, I don't know what his precise job was, but it was the physical manufacture of the newspaper. He was not a journalist, and his son worked with him for a long time too. My mom's brother. My mom, who's no longer living, is a half Irish Catholic, half. Her grandfather was German, but gave it all up to marry.
He gave up being German?
He gave up. I think there is almost no record of his existence because he married my grandfather's mother. My grandfather was known to me as Pop when I was young, when I became more mature.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's terrible.
He married my grandfather's mother.
Wait a minute, I got it all wrong.
Was in the first place.
I got it all wrong because it was William Callahan Sr. My great grandfather was Irish and my great grandmother was German.
Okay,
but they were raised Catholic. Everyone was Catholic. Okay, we'll just say that.
Simply everyone.
Simply, they all were.
Anyone who was
at this time in Mayfair, Philadelphia, they all were Catholic, you know. And Pop. My grandfather was known as Pop to me when I was a child, Pop when I was an adult. Mm-hmm. My grandmother was known as Nan as a child, Nan when I was an adult. My great-grandmother was known as Big Nan.
Big Nan?
Yeah, she lived until she was 107.
Wow.
And he lived next door or very close to my grandparents' home in Philadelphia.
About how old were you when Big Nan died?
Oh, I was in my 20s.
And was she just shriveled down to a tiny little nub?
She was a smiling, smooth troll. She was very happy at the end of her days, but I just remember going to see her in my early 20s when she was living with my grandfather's sister and her husband at that time. And she was 102 or 103 when she passed, but she was very happy and she remembered her childhood, and in her childhood there were no cars.
Wow.
Yeah. She was the I was a living gasoline alley unfolding in front of me. And yeah, so what were we talking? We were talking about newspapers. We're talking about gasoline alley. We're talking about car culture, and we're talking about my great grandmother when she moved out of her house, which was just a couple doors down. My grandfather took care of everything, and they all had to go in there, and of course, it was full of newspapers, Inquirers and bulletins,
sure,
as well as jars of rainwater. That was my favorite detail.
Jars of rainwater.
Mm-hmm. Who knew what she was planning with it?
Sealed jars, right?
Yeah.
So she collected the rainwater, put a lid on.
And just in case for later, in case, she used to pump water out of a well. What if this new pipe invention fails?
How long could that possibly last?
Exactly. Just a fad.
Just 100 years.
Right.
So she was still ambulatory, still getting around?
Oh, yeah, well into her 90s. And then by the time she hit 99, 100, she was more or less staying at home.
Once she had achieved smooth troll status.
Her skin was so smooth. And she looked a little bit like one of those little toy trolls. That's why I say that. Just shining eyes and a big smile. And
yeah, not an under a bridge troll, and a top,
not a mean troll.
And a top the pencil troll.
Yeah, pencil topper. Yep. My grandma, the pencil topper.
Well, farewell, Bignan. Yeah, pencil topper you.
Yeah, but I don't know. So what would they call a car in Philadelphia?
It's called a car.
Yeah, but what would you name
what would you name it? It's the same thing. It's anyone I've ever known who's named their car always named it some female old lady name.
Gasoline Alley was organized around this new thing that was invented called cars, and it was a huge hobby. And so it was originally followed these 4 guys who just bought cars and would just talk about cars in the comic strip until...
They just bought cars.
They were like the first ever in their town to get a car. And it was all car jokes. And it was like a big fad. It was like if someone did an internet themed comic strip in 1994. It was like, this thing will never let. What a funny thing this is that they're buying tires and so on. But it became a very human strip because someone left a baby on this guy's. Walt Wallet was the main guy. He's still alive in the strip. He's about 120 or something.
So the time has slowed down somewhat.
Yeah, because they finally killed.
120.
They finally killed his wife.
Finally.
Yeah, well, no one had died in this thing, and the baby, right, who was left Skeezix, who was left on his doorstep, Walton Skeezix is now 85 in the strip. And there are multiple generations of car enthusiasts, I guess. It's a ridiculous piece of culture, and that's why I love it. But car culture was never my culture. Driving around in a car was not meant for me. We couldn't afford to house this car or take care of it properly. It sat out on the street where routinely tubes that led from one part of the car to the other would be eaten away by rodents that lived in the car. And then I really was in the catbird seat because I got a parking space behind our apartment building across the rotting vacant lot that they were trying to trick you into believing was a community garden, but was just a place for rats to live. And
if they couldn't get into your car.
Right. Well, it's just like, foiled again. We already chewed that one out. And so behind this lot, I could park and I could see it. I was working from home at that point, writing for magazines and stuff about comic strips and so on. And I could see my car from my desk. And I was like, this is great. Now I can keep an eye on that thing and know that it is safe. And one day I was watching it, and a guy walks by my car. He's got a plastic shopping bag, and he reaches into his pocket as if he has a key, sticks it into the lock of my trunk, opens it, puts the plastic shopping bag into the trunk, closes it, and walks away. And I didn't know what I had seen. At first I was confused. Is that my car?
Right.
Why does someone have a skeleton key to the Subaru Loyale in particular? And what is he putting into the trunk of my car? And so then I went down and looked, and I opened it with my working key and discovered it was a bag full of hammers and wrenches.
Sure. And I figured.
I presume being put to nefarious use. And I put them down on the sidewalk, and I drove the car away. And then I didn't want that car anymore. Because, cars in New York City become common property. I would watch. I wish I hadn't seen what people were doing to my car. Like kids would sit on it, and of an evening and smoke cigarettes and canoodle. Catherine, my wife, of course, got a VW Jetta when she was working out in Long Island.
This story is in your book, right?
Okay, I won't tell it.
Yeah. We're running low on time.
I'm sorry.
But I do refer people to, that is in your second book?
I don't remember.
Why don't you pick up all of John's books, the areas of my expertise, more information than you require.
Yeah.
And that is all.
That is all.
John, when we return, I'm going to get a location from you. I'm going to get a location from you. I'm going to tickle you.
Okay.
And then we will improvise a story based on that location, set in that location.
I'm not going to have anything to do with that.
No, you needn't. You needn't. That'll do, pig. That'll do.
What a pleasure to talk to you.
John, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, both in front of a microphone and behind one. More Spontaneanation when Spontaneanation returns. Oh, hello all good ladies and gentles. It is I, the contraptionaire from MeUndies.com. You know, of all the contraptions we encounter in our daily lives, one with which we interact the most is, and forgive me for saying this in mixed company, underwear. You spend 90% of your life in your underwear. The other 10%, you're out of it. You're just wandering around in the nude. But underwear deteriorates fast. We've all had that dreadful experience. Putting on old saggy underwear, it's enough to give one the vapors, even a man. For the love of God, don't you deserve the feeling of great fitting underwear that is 2 times softer than cotton? 1 time softer than cotton, not bad. 2 times, twice as good. My friends, you need to know about MeUndies.com. MeUndies is the most comfortable underwear you will ever wear, and it's insane how good they make you feel. It's enough to drive one mad. Put you in the madhouse or sanitarium, raving about your underwear. They fit perfectly, they don't ride up on you, and they literally pull moisture away from your skin so you stay cool. How did they do it? Contraptions. Now, don't take my word for it. Take the word of Paul F. Tompkins, the host of SPONTANEANATION. Yeah, I've tried this underwear. It feels good. It looks good. That's all I want out of it, and that's all I got. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. Thanks, Paul. MeUndies is also environmentally friendly. The materials they use are sustainably sourced from the Austrian Alps, and they are completely natural. They also use a CO2 neutral process with a low carbon footprint. So this underwear, let's say you lose it, it won't end up on that floating pile of garbage in the Pacific Ocean. MeUndies underwears save water and energy due to their spun-dyed fiber process, and MeUndies is not just for gentlemen. They have just launched their All of Me Women's collection, a 4-piece line of underclothes designed specifically for the female body. Now, this is very exciting news if you're a man who appreciates the female form, or if you're a woman who has one. This type of quality, I should say, would typically retail for 2 times the MeUndies price. No retail middlemen means more savings for you. More savings for you means less spendings for you. It's math. Go to MeUndies.com/PFT and get 20% off your first order and free shipping. Save even more when you buy a pack of them. They guarantee you're going to be happy with them, or your first pair is free. Oh, but do buy a pack of underwear. Who buys underwear one at a time? That's insane. You should already be in the sanitarium, not just for the savings and the comfort. Once you feel MeUndies on your body, you're never going back. I wish that was a rhyming phrase that you could remember forever, but I bet you'll remember it. MeUndies.com/PFT. Get 20% off your first order. Good contraptions to you all. Hi, I'm Captain Chesley Sully Sullenberger. As an airline pilot, I thought I knew all about parachutes. They make you take a test on them in flight school. They also make you spend a night in a haunted house, but that's another story. I'm here to talk about a different type of parachute. Parachute is an online luxury bedding brand based in Venice Beach. They've created a line of everyday bedding essentials to enhance your sleep. Sheets, pillowcases, duvet inserts, cashmere blankets, and even candles. Not like the candles in that haunted house back in flight school. These are nice, normal candles. None of them are shaped like skulls or scream when you blow them out. Parachute's bedding is a premium quality and toxic-free, meaning there are no harmful chemicals or synthetic finishes used. Their sheets are made of 100% long staple Egyptian cotton, the best in the world. Just ask any mummy, the kind you might meet in a haunted house when you're just trying to finish flight school and fly commercial airplanes. I mean, why was that part of the training? It's hardly ever come up since then. Parachute sheets are manufactured in a mill in Tuscany that's been weaving bedding for nearly 80 years and then shipped to your door. It's a direct-to-consumer model, meaning Parachute cuts out the licensing and distribution fees so you can experience luxurious bedding for less. The bedding is packaged beautifully upon arrival, and it really feels like you're opening a gift. Parachute also publishes a blog with helpful tips like choosing the right bedroom color, interpreting your dreams, how to wash your sheets better, and so on. They're with you every step of the way, from navigating the site to making your purchase to taking the best care of yourself and your bedding too. They don't offer any tips on how to forget you saw a wall turn into a howling face, but it's still fairly comprehensive. But don't just take my word for it. Here's SpontaneANation host Paul F. Tompkins. Thanks, Cap. Yeah, Parachute sent me some sheets, and guess what? I love them. My wife loves them. We love each other. And the sheets probably love us back. So you should get these sheets because you deserve nice things. Go to parachutehome.com/PFT, and Parachute will give you $25 off on your first order with PFT. Thanks, Paul. Please enjoy a hot towel on me. Try not to imagine that the towel is a tiny, steaming ghost. That's parachutehome.com/PFT and enter PFT for $25 off at checkout to start sleeping better today. This is Sully Sullenberger saying, up, up, into a plane, then away! The best ad yet. Welcome back to SpontaneANation, everybody. Everyone's still the same people they were before, except now there's other people here. Who are they, would you like to know? I would like to tell you. Returning to Spontaneanation, sitting right next to me, is the wonderful Shulie Cowen. Shulie, hello.
Hello, Paul.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
How have you been since the last time I've seen you?
I have been pretty great.
Any adventures that you've been on?
Oh. Well, every day is an adventure.
That's the right answer.
Yeah. Nothing in particular. I've been up north a few times, but I wouldn't say that was an adventure.
The North Pole?
Northern California.
Oh, so lower than
Again,
that.
not an adventure.
Were you in wine country?
No, I was in Berkeley. Hippie
Berkeley?
country.
What were you doing up there?
My sister lives up there,
Oh.
and she just had 2 babies at once.
No, twins,
Twins.
boys, girls, a boy,
boy
and
and
a
a
girl.
girl.
One of each.
One of each.
All
All the flavors represented.
Fraternal?
Yes.
It can only be if they're of different sexes. It
That
can
is
only be
true.
fraternal.
Yeah.
But they look a lot alike, right? No?
Not yet. No, you can really tell the difference.
Is one black? Because that happens. That happens sometimes.
No, one is blonde and one is brunette.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's nice. So is this your first time being an aunt?
It is, well, no, I am actually an aunt to my husband's sister's
That's
daughter.
true. By marriage.
By
It
marriage.
counts.
Aunt by marriage. But there I am a Tia.
Is that what they call you?
Yeah, because she is bilingual.
Tia Shulie, Tia Shulie.
Exactly.
I just became a great uncle.
Holy macaroni.
One of my nephews has children now. and
Are
so
the
I'm a great
responsibilities
uncle.
different?
They're very different. Very different. I have to have a mysterious will. I have to live in a rambling old estate.
Okay. So it's like $20,000 treasure hunt?
That's right, yeah.
With Richard Mulligan.
What?
Have you not seen this?
I have not seen $20,000 treasure hunt with Richard Mulligan. $20,000?
I think it's $20,000. Scatman Crothers. All the stars of that time are in it, and it's a mad world, but for the 70s.
I'm sorry. The grand prize is $20,000. I'm not saying that's not a lot of money, but but I imagine this movie, people are losing their minds trying to get $20,000.
They are.
Okay, all right.
I could be wrong about the amount, but I'm pretty sure it's
Maybe everyone
20,000.
should just put a little of their paycheck away every week. And
true.
they'll be there before they know it.
It's true.
And no one will get electrocuted or whatever happens.
I believe Vincent Price is the one who left the money.
Oh, well, who else would it be?
Of course.
Stingy old Vincent Price. Now, sitting across from me, 2 people. Whom shall I introduce first? Not you, you. Ladies and gentlemen, one of my colleagues from No You Shut Up. She is a gifted improviser and puppeteer, the both. She is the voice of the reprehensible Star the Squirrel. It's Colleen Smith.
Yay!
Yay! Colleen, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
It's lovely to see you again.
Lovely to see you again.
The last time I saw you was at the No You Shut Up rap party.
Yeah.
And towards the end, I think you were enjoying yourself.
You mean I was intoxicated?
Yes.
Yes.
And you were trying to convince me to go to. You guys were all going to some bar.
Oh yeah, we had a very Hollywood neighborhoody thing.
Yeah.
The party was at the Roosevelt, and then we walked to the Woods, which is on La Brea, which used to be
Woods.
like a tiki bar.
The Lava Lounge.
Lava Lounge.
That's right.
And then we went and got ramen after that.
Did you go to Mashti Malone's for ice cream?
We did not go to Mashti Malone's. We should have.
That was one of the selling points.
We should have gone to ramen and then back to Mashti
That's right.
Malone.
That's right. A 3-course meal with plenty of drinks, ramen, and ice cream.
And then we walked home because we live right there. It was real.
Everybody lives around there.
Michael lives there too, around there.
Yeah, and your sister. Mm-hmm. Y'all got that dog Blue.
We got Blue.
How old Blue now?
He's gonna be 10 this summer.
Oh, he's an elderly gentleman.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't know it. So Blue's a yellow lab, and every time you tell somebody your larger dog is 10, they go, oh, like he's gonna die any moment. But the thing about him is Blue doesn't produce enough tears, and he's still a punk, but he's been, less punky over the years. But we got new medicine that I think is making his tear production better, and he's turned into a real asshole again. And I think it's because he can see better, and he's being more puppy-like.
Oh, I thought it was like he could see better and he doesn't like what he sees.
No, now it's like, now he can get into more hijinks.
Right. I never thought of dogs as having to produce tears that much. Because I think when I produce tears, it's out of sheer frustration at life.
But you don't produce it to clear debris from your eyes?
No, won't do it. Won't do it. Won't do it. Colleen, sitting next to you, making another appearance on this show. You've been here several times now.
That is true.
Chris Tallman.
Hello.
Chris, hello to you.
Hello to everyone.
Now, we're recording this, a little peek behind the curtain, guys. It's May the 4th. It's Star Wars Day.
Live long and prosper. Right?
That's absolutely correct.
Yep.
By your command. Chris, you're wearing a Star Wars t-shirt.
I am.
You're a Star Wars fan. Is that safe to say?
That is safe. Aren't we all? In our way?
In our way, let's say. Mm-hmm. In our way. Are you excited for the new film?
I am. I'm hoping it's good. So far, based off of the footage I've seen, I think I don't have to worry about it anymore. And I hope that I have a nice time come Christmas.
You could put those concerns behind.
Well, we've had some trauma years, in the past. And
Yes.
I'm not, I feel like, that looks like what I remember it.
Did you see all three of the prequels?
I did. The most recent of the prequels, this is what of a fan I was. I was on a family vacation in Europe. The day we flew back, I insisted, I dragged my girlfriend at the time. We went from the airport after our international flight to the movie theater because it had opened while we were overseas. And so I dragged her to it, and she promptly slept through it.
Sure.
And she is the winner of the two of us.
Absolutely. And she's not the woman you married.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
That is trial by fire.
I guess that's when she figured, all right, I think I know how to deal with this. I can make this relationship work if I just sleep through this movie.
Sleep through his dumb shit.
I have not seen, what is it called?
Revenge of the
Sith. I saw the first two, and then when the third one came out, I was like, I'm not going to see it. I didn't enjoy the first two. I'm not going to see it. But then people were mad at me, like, what do you mean you're not going to see it? Because you saw the first two, but you're not going to see the third one?
They're
like,
mad.
Yeah.
Because you outfoxed them.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, wait, I can break the cycle of abuse whenever I choose.
That's right. I first started with The Matrix. I didn't see the third Matrix movie. I did not see the reason
That was a good one, too.
Yeah.
That's a good
I
dodge.
have to finish everything.
No, he's right.
You don't.
I watched all the Twilight movies.
Oh, well, that's on you. I once threw a Dean Koontz book across a yard. I finished this book, and I'm like, what? And I got to the end of it, like I was so mad. That was what, like, I could have stopped reading that book anytime. Mm-hmm. Lesson learned.
Well done.
Guys, it's great to see everyone again. Shulie making little adorable fidgets. All right, we have secured our location from John Hodgman. So, folks, what's going to happen is we're going to tell this story, and if we are going to move side to side in time, we have these tablets in front of us with sound effects on them. So, in the course of our story, if we're moving side to side in time, something's happening. One scene is happening concurrent to another. You will hear this cut to noise, and I always have a problem with it. There we go. Cut to. That's cut to. Remember it. Treasure it. If someone's having a memory, if we're going to flash backwards in time, we'll hear this flashback sound. Don't get much flashbackier than that. If we're going to return to the present from said flashback, or if we're going to go into the far future, we'll hear this flash forward sound. Ooh, the vibes. Are you feeling those future vibes? Some people are shimmying their shoulders. And then Evan is playing, I think, Lost in Space. All right. So we have secured our location from John Hodgman, and that location is an Urban Spelunkers Meeting in an abandoned subway station. An Urban Spelunkers Meeting in an abandoned subway station, and we take you there now.
So yesterday, I went down into the underground subway.
Yeah.
You know where the homeless troll people live?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I made it about 30 yards.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Yeah. And I had a panic attack, and I ran out, you guys. I think I've lost my way.
No, listen. You can't be so hard on yourself, right? I mean,
No, don't feel bad. We've all been there, being scared and running.
Okay.
I mean, those trolls are scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not like pencil toppers. They're like riddle askers.
They're like real people who may or may not have a mental disease who've decided to live underground.
They're not smooth nubs you wish on.
Yeah.
They're terrible beings that can claw your face at any time.
No, I'm sorry. What is your name?
Oh, yeah, it's Denise.
Denise, I'm Cedrix.
Oh, hi, Cedrix.
And you?
Denancy.
Oh, I just instantly feel connected to you.
I feel the same way about you.
Do you know what Denancy is? What we used to call my great aunt.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Yes, she used to be Denangsch, but she gave up being German when she got married.
Oh, that's understandable.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that now.
I noticed on your tool belt there, you have quite a few hammers and wrenches.
Yeah, I figure, they say, take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints, but I also like to leave some nice repair work, maybe fix a door hinge or a hasp.
It's very kind of you, and I think very in keeping with the Spelunkers code. Hey, Denancy, can I ask you a question?
You already have. Sorry, I don't talk to men much.
No, you seem terrified. Am I reading you correctly?
No, I do this as aversion therapy. I have intense fear of the dark, so I force myself to go into the dark. Which is why I understand Denise's panic attack when she got deep in there.
Thank you. Wow, that's really brave.
Empathy isn't brave, it just happens.
You're right. Oh my God.
It's fun to empathize together.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
Are you guys
Now,
hearing
hold on,
that?
everyone. Let's all just remain calm.
Do I smell surface dwellers?
Who's asking?
They call me Fasty.
Fasty?
We have hammers.
Oh, there's no need for violence. I'm a simple subway troll.
Like a real troll, or just someone who has a mental illness who decided to leave society and live underground?
Well, I used to be an accountant, but now I think of myself as a fictional character living deep in the steam pipes of the city.
Oh, do you emanate light from your orifices to attract food to you?
Oh, good question.
Wait, what?
Oh, it's in Mariana's Trench. It's the deepest place on Earth. The things down there glow so that.
No, I know that. But
Yeah.
that's an orb. I thought it was isn't it like a gland?
Oh, like
Some of
that
them-
fish with the light bulb?
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
But
That's
some
an
of it's just
orifice?
their mouth, like Mega Mouth. It's his mouth.
Are
Or
you
her
familiar with
mouth. I
Mega
don't
Mouth?
want to assume that. Mega
Well,
Mouth.
I've seen Nemo.
Finding Nemo?
Yes, that's it. I've seen Nemo a few times.
They don't go that deep.
Nemo?
Yeah.
Fasty, is that the last movie you've seen? Have you been down here this whole time?
Seen the Matrix movies. What's
All
the
of them?
one where Chevy Chase turns into a dog?
Fletch.
I think that's...
Yeah, I've seen Fletch.
Is that... It's
No,
not...
it's Fletch too.
All right.
Yeah.
You turned into a dog at Fletch?
No, I don't...
I have been down here a while.
Oh, maybe the Shaggy Detective. Maybe you were thinking because it sounds like fetch. It's like Fletch.
These are good jokes about flesh.
You know,
Fasty, come out of the shadows so we can
I don't know.
see how you look.
I don't
Fasty,
think
let's get a look at you.
I understand you guys are here to do some spelunking, and when I was a surface man, I enjoyed the company of others. I thought perhaps I might show you my ways down here.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
You learn.
Are you not liking what we served at our dinner party? You don't seem happy. Like you wish you were somewhere else?
I don't know. It had a lot of cooking to it. I do anything that's more like always in a can or something like that.
Why are you insulting my wife like this, Jim? I mean, we just saw Finding Nemo, loved it. We've made plans to see the final Matrix movie next week.
Oh my gosh, I just hope they have another rave.
Jim, it seems like you've been out of sorts.
I don't know, all this time checking off boxes and sending carbon copies of paperwork up to Mr. Havisham. This whole light in the sun, it seems ridiculous. It'd just be so much easier if we all just lived deep in the crevices of the earth.
Mommy, Daddy,
Yes, sweetie.
Uncle Jim is scaring me.
He's scaring us all, Beatrix.
Jim, we're terrified of you.
Really?
Yeah, you're scary.
You've changed.
Uncle Jim, you started screaming during Finding Nemo.
Because it's not an orifice.
What's an orifice, Mommy, Daddy?
That's a conversation for another time.
We'll tell you
little-
The child needs to know.
Oh, Jim!
Jim!
Why are you tearing your clothes off?
This is for surface people. Below. I must go below. There's so many therapy bills for that little kid.
It's a real shame. Well, Fasty, I mean, why don't you show us around?
All right.
Show us your world.
Yeah.
Now, hold on a second. Let me confer with my team for a second here.
All right, I'll stand over here.
Now, I know we've only just met, but, Denise, do you think you're going to be okay with this?
Well, now that I know his name and his backstory, I feel like I can empathize.
Okay. Denancy? I can't read you right now. Are you having a positive reaction to her empathy?
You know what I did? I had a positive reaction to Denise's empathy. And I feel like if you guys feel like it's okay, who am I to say no? I'm not a knower, I'm a yeser.
All right, now I have to tell you something. In full disclosure.
Okay.
I'm terrified of trolls. I never thought they were real. And now that I'm seeing one, even though I've heard his backstory, I'm really freaking out right now.
Okay, good. I think we make a good unit. Like,
Okay.
one of us is on board, one of us is not on board, and one of us is reluctantly on board.
I'm reluctant, but I'm on board.
Right. Okay, I'm just so you know, I might pass out a lot
Okay.
from fear. I'm like one of those fainting goats.
Oh, yeah.
That's my fight or flight. It's neither fight nor flight. It is just, I just fall down.
Well, I've been doing CrossFit, and I think you're about the weight of a tire, so I think I can catch you.
I am very small, it's true.
Yeah.
Very small, not very dense.
No, not a car tire, a truck tire. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to demean you in any way.
No dimension taken.
Yeah, you're
What?
very masculine, even though you're only 5'1".
You're all man. I mean, from the outside. I didn't mean to get too personal.
No, that's quite all right, Nancy. Why? Let's see what's happening with Fasty.
Oh, yes. Now, if you want, I could put you in my pocket, little man.
Not really, right?
No, I don't have pockets.
Oh,
This is just my natural body hair, matted down with years of oil and sweat, and it's become a pelt.
oh, it looks like a tweed suit.
Yes, well, sometimes I like to take a tea.
What?
Well, just a troll can be a gentleman, can't he? You understand, in the company of such beautiful ladies. All right, well, no more hithery-dithery. Let's tie each other off. Everyone grab a bungee cord and
All right.
Okay.
There you go.
just like a classic
Cinch this
spelunk.
around.
Sheepshank, got it?
Oh, you know a knot.
I know many.
Toad in the hole. Here we go.
I was once locked in a bathroom with nothing but a Boy Scout manual.
Ooh, tell us that story for sure.
I'll let you out when you figure out how to get out.
Well, that seems like that I wouldn't need you to let me out when in
Speak
fact,
up. Learn to be a woman.
I just wanted to know if you wanted to buy some Girl Scout cookies.
Don't come to my door if you don't want to be locked away with only a manual.
I wish you'd had a sign.
I have hobo signs.
Nancy, I'm sorry. We only have the Boy Scout manual. Are you going to be okay with that?
No, that's fine. I'll learn from that, and I'll just wherever they say boy, I'll think of girls.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Only difference is if, like, you get trapped in some bathroom.
Are you making progress in there?
If there were trees, I could tag them so I could find my way back, but There's nothing in here about this.
It's a riddle.
There's a whole section about putting the seat up, but I can't figure out why.
That's the riddle. The door will unlock when you uncover the answer to the riddle.
What happened to the nice lady who lived here?
Now, you really seem taken with mythology. Now, remember, this is a safe place.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just worried that once we release you from Friendly House and you're on your own again, no more of that behavior is going to come back, right?
You can trust me.
All right.
I do not think I'm a mythological creature that is meant to challenge little girls by fire into becoming women. I do not think that at all.
See,
Welcome to Friendly House.
Yeah.
This is your room.
Okay.
See you in 6 years.
Just before you leave, when you were checked in, how was Carl?
Oh.
Did he do a good job?
I'd give him a 3 on a 1 to 10.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of bad feedback on Carl.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. But other than that, every time in Friendly House was good.
Yeah, it's the food, atmosphere,
So many cigarettes. So many cigarettes.
the camaraderie. I felt understood and part of a community.
Okay, just gonna remind you, don't be a sphinx.
Why am I dressed as Hera, Queen of the Gods?
That's part of the riddle. Hera was never imprisoned, but she imprisoned many in her jealousy
Sure,
over Zeus's many conquests.
she was the original gal with a bad attitude.
Yeah, she turned a woman into a cow.
She turned Zeus into a jerk with all her nagging.
Yes.
So once I've understood that, it's time for me to go free.
You have solved a riddle.
Huzzah!
Well, I hope you'll be able to call upon those riddle-solving problems as we navigate this world of Fasty.
I did not realize I was not the only monster.
Yeah, I mean, we're all monsters deep down, right?
Yeah.
No, literally. I thought I was the only. There's another monster in the world.
Oh, yeah.
There's tons.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should get a paper. Everyone's awful.
Oh my gosh, and you're like one of them doors.
No, I'm just short, okay? Just a short guy.
Right, but you got that.
Diminutive, sure.
You got that red cap on. Looks like a dwarf hat.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, and I wish that I had thought a little further about it before I wore it out of the house. Mm-hmm. When I looked in the mirror, I thought it was sort of a, Steve Zissou kind of thing, and then now I realize it makes me look like a Smurf.
Got
like
that track jacket with the name Doc in quotes stitched into
Well,
it.
I'm a fake doctor, so I thought it was appropriate.
See, it's people like you on the service that made me come down here. Fake doctor.
Oh, Fasty, take it easy.
Oh, I should shake these steel pillars and bring the ceiling down on us.
No, don't do that, Fasty.
Fasty, it's gonna be okay. Why don't you tell us about this Green Bay Packers beanbag you have over here?
Yes, Max Zendejas was an excellent place kicker. Very specific. Very specific.
Very specific.
It must mean a lot to you, huh?
Well, I grew up in Wisconsin. Now I live here. And all of the frozen tundra of Green Bay is down here with me at all times. Perhaps you can be my team forever.
What? Forever? What, Fasty? What do you mean? Oh, I'm gonna pass out. Here I go. Uh-oh. These guys, they got in some trouble with a subway troll. What's gonna happen to them? To Denise? To Denancy? To Cedrix? Yeah. We'll find out when Spontaneanation returns. Hi, Paul F. Tompkins here. I'm out and about just talking to regular people on the street who are looking for a home security system, and I'm telling them they should try Simply Safe. Simply Safe makes home security easy. Oh, here's someone here. Sir, maybe you've wanted home security, but you haven't gotten it because it's a huge hassle, aggressive sales guys, bloated monthly fees, and the long-term contracts that lock you in. Have you had experiences like that?
You have described my experience perfectly. It's frankly overwhelming how frustrating just the thought of getting home security is. So I've avoided doing it, and thus I've been robbed 30 times.
That's a lot of times.
I just got robbed this morning.
Oh, no. What did they take?
What was left?
Well, let me tell you, Simply Safe is different. You just go online to simplysafepaul.com, and you'll see the price quoted is way less than competing companies. Does that sound good to you or bad to you?
It sounds very good, but I would need to borrow your computer because mine was stolen.
Well, we can figure that out later. Simply Safe, you'll see that the price quoted, once I loan you my computer, you'll see that the price quoted is way less than competing companies, and Simply Safe can be on your doorstep a few days later, up and running in 30 minutes. Now, does that work into your time frame?
It does, but they stole my doorstep.
Oh, no. What are you using for a doorstep now?
Just a plank.
Do you ever plank on that plank?
I plank on the plank.
It's good to work your core muscles when you're waiting for your possessions to be restored.
That's right. Thankfully, I still own my own body, so I can use my fingers to type on your computer the URL that you suggested. What is it again?
simplysafepaul.com. And we all own our own bodies thanks to our creator. So now your home will be protected by award-winning 24/7 professional monitoring, and it's only $15 a month with no contract or commitments. Now, what do you think about that deal?
I think it's fantastic. I couldn't think of a better deal, even with a professional thinking machine that I don't have.
Did you used to have one and it was stolen?
Yeah, I told you. It's called a computer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize they were the same thing.
Yeah, it's a professional thinking about PTM.
Oh, sure. No, now I understand. Okay, I never knew what that stood for.
Yeah, but you know that drives me crazy?
What's that?
When people say PTM machine.
Oh, that drives me up the wall. You still have walls?
I have one left.
That's not bad. It's a start. Well, there you have it. Go to simplysafepaul.com. SpontaneANation listeners get an exclusive 10% off. That is simplysafepaul.com. Any final word you'd like to impart to our listeners?
Not really.
Fair enough.
Fasty. Cedrix?
I thought you were just going to show us around your underground kingdom.
Well, first I'll finish tying the three of you to these subway girders.
You tricked us. You had us tie ourselves up with these bungee cords and then simply looped us together.
Yes, I did a maypole around the three of you. Now, we know why Denancia is such a monster, but we don't know why you're such a monster, Cedrix.
Me?
It's no accident the three of you responded to my Evite.
That was you?
That was you?
Come explore the subterranean world, not realizing your subterranean world.
I feel like we're in a Vincent Price movie that'll later be remade by somebody else.
Oh, House of Wax.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did
No,
not
I
like
was
that.
more the one where is it Jackie Collins or the woman who played Jackie Collins? Anyway,
Jackie Collins is a real person.
but it was like
Play
7
yourself.
stories, and they all go to a mortuary. Remember?
Wait a second. Sorry. When did Jackie Collins play herself?
I don't know. The British one. Anyway, and then it turns out they're all dead in the end, but it retells the stories of what they did.
House on Haunted Hill?
Maybe.
She-devil.
Yeah, that's the one.
Fletch Lives?
Anyway,
That dog was so funny.
there's a whole thing where a guy unleashes dogs on this guy who has to run through a maze and the walls covered with razors. I'm getting off topic.
I love it when you guys describe movies.
What about the maze of your life?
Oh, why am I a monster?
Keep your hands to yourself, Denise.
Okay.
Stop touching your neighbor. Everyone's trying to take a test, and you seem to be not interested in anything but cheating off your neighbor.
I wasn't cheating, Miss McGonagall.
I'm writing all wrong answers, and so if she gets the same wrong answers as me, it's evidence of cheating, ma'am.
Darius, no one's as stupid as you, don't worry.
I'm writing curse words in pen.
Juliet, you are a dear. Denise.
Yes.
I hear from the other teachers that your performance there is suffering as well. I heard there was an incident in gymnasium.
Well, we were in gymnasium, and everybody said, "Hey, Denise, turn around," and then they all just hit me with all their balls.
Hey, Denise, why don't you turn around?
Okay. It was as simple as that.
Perhaps you hadn't seen the syllabus for that day. It was pick one student and herd them with balls. That's approved by the state.
I don't know. I want to go home. I don't belong here. Nobody likes me.
Every child belongs in school. And yes, no one likes you. I'm going to give you a point for that because that was a correct answer.
I'd like to address the school board for a moment.
Yes, what's the
Please
issue?
go ahead.
The syllabus here. Okay, so skipping, fine.
Yes.
All right, rope climbing.
Right.
Pick one student and herd them with balls.
Yes, that's right.
Well, my daughter was ball herded.
Oh, good.
No.
So it's working.
Nice.
It's
No,
working. Good
no.
news, guys. What?
The welts on her face are monstrous. She looks as though she's been taken by like a giant Hulk-like creature and just dragged on the ground for several blocks over what I would describe as a cobblestone road.
All right, sir. We have no proof that she didn't have those welts before she went to school. So maybe
Interesting.
we need to call social services.
I take an eye pic of my daughter every day and send it to her grandfather who has passed, but I like the idea of Grampy seeing her every day.
Well, I think you're coddling your daughter and both your grampy, your deceased grampy. He's rotting in the earth. He doesn't need pictures of your daughter.
And
He's
you're
up in heaven with a liar.
and you're an adult. Shouldn't you call him Gramp?
Oh, when I was a child, I called him Grampy Bobampy. So now we've shortened it to Grampy.
Oh, well, thank heavens for small favors.
Excuse me?
I'm just saying my son was chosen as the person to be bombarded with balls. He came back a stronger man and with more hair on his pubis. So,
And let me
Good.
just
Congratulations, by the
thank
way.
you. I take a picture of that every day.
say, before you get your parental adrenaline all worked up, any herding activities on the syllabus are left over from when our school was, in Western times, when the country was first being formed. So if you hate America, then I guess you're anti-herding.
Yeah. I mean, my daughter wasn't even chosen to be herded, but she offered herself as a tribute.
Oh,
Like Life Day?
What are you talking about?
Like in Logan's Run? Like that
Who's
thing?
that?
Logan's Run. It's a very popular, of all the science fiction movies, probably the most favorite. Like of everyone who loves
Really?
you're saying
documentaries.
Logan's Run is
Logan's
the
Run.
most popular sci-fi.
Oh, so you know it. Oh, so you know it.
Oh, well, no, she said Logan's. I'm repeating what she said.
I'm asking. You're saying
You're
it's the
saying
most
Logan's
popular
movie I've never heard of.
Neither.
is
But you take issue with it being the most popular.
I don't know if it's true that it's the most popular science fiction film. Welcome to this Logan's Run convention. This is our biggest turnout yet. What an amazing thing.
Box the real
No, Box will be here. Don't worry.
Box!
Don't worry. And what an amazing thing that we have.
Bring out Logan!
No, Logan is here.
Francis!
Michael York is here.
Francis the Sandman!
Francis the Sandman is here.
Running!
They're all
Let's
here.
start running!
We're all going to be running.
Jessica!
That's right. Jenny Agater, she's here as well.
Farrah Fawcett in her first on-camera role!
She is not here. She is not here. Yeah. Well, look, that's we cannot control that. That is a thing that perhaps we'll all find out someday. What Farrah Fawcett's been up to in the last few years, but we won't know here at this convention. Anyway.
Plastic surgery with laser!
Okay, that's good. And please just settle down, and we're going to get to all of it. And thank you all. We've filled Yankee Stadium.
Hi, I'd like to welcome everyone to the Running Man convention.
Why are we here?
Well, because there was some overflow from the Logan's Run convention, and
That overweight guy with the lightning suit.
Where's Richard Dawson?
Killian!
Why is no one appreciating my dancing?
I don't know.
Do the Cabbage Patch!
I'm on it.
So you're saying it's that popular?
I mean, can you think of another obscure science fiction film that is as popular, if not more?
No, just.
Let's see.
I rest my case.
Oh, hold on a second.
Lawnmower Man.
I just thought. Yeah, sure. I was thinking of a different one.
But what were you thinking of?
Well, I'll tell you in one fucking second. God damn. Oh, welcome to the Ice Pirates Convention. What a pleasure to see you all. Our keynote speaker,
Robert Urich obviously will not be attending this year. It's a real shame that we took so long to get this convention underway, but...
Hey, fella, how long you going to be keeping this closet open? I got to shut the convention center down in an hour or so.
Yeah, and I want to lock somebody in that closet.
Anyway, we're going to throw balls at kids.
And that's why I'm the monster I am today.
Jesus, there was like an ensemble of origin stories. It was amazing.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for hearing me.
Very brave of you, Denise. Very brave of you.
I'm definitely not going to eat you.
Oh, okay, good.
Over here, I don't know.
I didn't realize eating was on the table.
Oh, it wasn't until I heard that story, and I thought, I am getting hungry.
Really came out of nowhere.
Did you guys just hear her little joke? Like, I didn't realize eating was on the table.
She got it. She got it.
Another good joke.
Oh, I might eat
good
you.
joke.
I might eat you for that.
Oh, weird.
All right, Cedric, a.k.a. Doc.
What's my story, you're asking?
I know you're a pretend doctor. Already strike one.
Well, did you know that I'm pretending to be a doctor for a very good reason? All right, so what do you want me to do?
I would like for you to remove any organs I don't need and sell them on the black market.
But why?
Well, I've done nothing for humanity, and I feel these are things that people want, and why not make a little cash?
Well, I guess it would be helping other people. Mm-hmm. Now, I might be a little hazy on which organs people need and which they don't. Do you know off the top of your head which ones are important?
I think anything you have two of. I mean, I probably only need one lung.
Right.
One kidney.
Right.
One ovary.
Right.
That'll be weird. I'll see somebody with my baby out there.
Or half of a baby.
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
Something like that. I probably only need one eyeball. Well, I mean, an eyeball's not an organ, but...
What about nostril?
It's not an organ, but let's do it.
Half your teeth, how about that?
Okay. And I think your skin is your largest organism, correct?
Oh, that sounds right.
Yeah, so you could probably take about half of that.
Sir, are you going to be done with the convention room soon? We have another group coming in.
Yeah, just give me 20 minutes?
Oh, yeah, I fall asleep fast.
Okay.
All right, please don't mind. I set the waters and cranberry juice while you talk.
All right, here's a bucket of guts. What do you give me for them?
I'll give you $50.
Ooh, I was kind of hoping for somewhere in the neighborhood of $20,000.
I got $45 now.
Done.
Wait a minute.
Yeah?
You know that monster lady, too?
Well, come to think of it, I guess she was kind of a monster lady.
Bitch. Is she around here somewheres?
I don't know. I haven't kept tabs on her, but let me check my address book. We did take each other's information.
All right.
I have. I remember where she lives.
To Nancy?
Wait, Nancy, are we talking about the same monster lady?
I don't know. Did she have a scar
Running across her left cheek?
And her left back? And her right front?
Yes.
And only one set of teeth?
Yes.
Everything she could have had two of. There was...
She only had the one set of teeth.
Oh my God, that's why she bought the other half of that other woman.
Do you think they could have been related somehow?
Maybe.
Do you think it was one person that was somehow split into twins?
Who then de-split themselves so they could be made into one again?
I'm really only interested if it's one person.
You would prefer that it was one person who was made into two half people.
Pretty lonely down here. I don't need a lot of complications with, like, I'm in love with two twins who are, like, resected into one.
Right. Although the one person did start out with a full set of everything.
Right.
So I guess there goes that theory.
Well, then that makes her into a monster woman, which I am great with.
Maybe it was 1.5 people.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? I'm a fake doctor.
I'm bad at people math.
All I want to do is tie people to train tracks until I get what I want.
So no one criticizes anyone. There are no bad ideas.
Seconded.
All right. Good enough.
I say we untie us And we go see that lady, and we find out from her who absorbed who in the womb and who's half of what.
Let's commit vigilantism on a real vigilante.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I've always wanted to be a... Ooh, who's that guy dresses up like a bat?
Man-Bat.
Yeah, Man-Bat. I've always wanted to be a vigilante like Man-Bat. Thanks for untying us.
All right.
Phew.
I've never been to the surface before. I am scared.
I thought you grew up
Yeah,
on
you came from the
But
surface.
since I've been down here for a while, guys, I'm in a state of mind. Just
Right, well, just, words mean things. So-
roll with me. Don't
Yes.
rock with me.
Okay, Fasty. All right, now the last known address I have is right here in Des Moines, Idaho.
That's what her Facebook page says.
Good thing she had locations turned on.
I know.
You guys get Wi-Fi down here?
We're up.
We're on this.
Now.
You already forgot you were on the surface?
Guys, I am in. Just go with me. I'm in a state of mind.
All right, you're just making
I
things...
shouldn't have taken the sunglasses off so quickly.
All right, fine. Let's go to her house like normal people.
Hold my lunch bag to cover your shame. Your lower shame.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, it's gross.
Everybody's born different.
Here we are in Des Moines, Iowa.
Phew.
Phew. Well,
There's the house.
It was quite an adventure we had together,
it
guys.
sure was.
I appreciate you all abandoning your lives so that I might have this one moment of love.
And we'll always have that tattoo to remember it.
That's right. All of us got the same exact tattoo.
I got mine on my elbow, the most painful place.
Okay, here we go.
I could know it's the house because of my scratch marks on the screens.
Oh. It's all knock.
I'm a part of knocking.
What do you want?
Oh, hello. Are you familiar with the Watchtower?
No.
Well, there's only 20,000 places in heaven available to people, and wouldn't you like to be one of them?
Do you want to go in my bathroom?
Sure I do. Can we all come in? My friends are just outside. They'd like to tell you about some wonderful opportunities.
Yes, you small man, you girl who looks vaguely familiar, and who is this?
My name is Fasty. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Oh, the pleasure is mine. Is that a suit made of human body hair?
Indeed it is, and this is a bowler like a fancy English banking man might wear.
Oh, you don't have to put on a hat for me.
May I say your knuckles look beautiful today.
Oh, I polished them special.
Your stars, they reveal a secret painful truth about you that we all share.
Oh,
Hey, Denancy?
Yeah.
What did Fasty say was his reason for wanting to see the monster lady? Was it to fall in love?
I think he wanted to commit vigilantism.
Oh,
on a
that's
real
right. Yeah. He was going to be like Man-Bat.
But they're making eyes at each
They
other.
really are. It's like cartoon hearts flying all over the place and stuff.
Do you think they're going to notice we crawled under her house for this conversation?
God, I hope not.
You guys, I don't...
Anyways,
yeah.
that's what a vigilante does.
Oh, okay.
But I'd rather commit an act of vigilantism upon your heart.
Oh, I'd like to be the Commissioner Gordon of your genitals.
I'm good with that. Okay. Listen, friends. Friends?
Where did they go?
So, Denise,
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt because it seemed
No,
like
no.
you two were having like a moment. I just...
No, you're always welcome, my friend.
we're going to light the fire now,
Okay.
and then we'll get out of
And
here.
we'll burn both of the monsters in the house?
We'll burn them alive.
We'll burn them alive.
burn them
Hooray! I'm a part of it.
Well, I consider this meeting of the Urban Spelunkers Club a smashing success.
And you guys, we've been under the house this whole time and nobody got scared.
It's true!
Yeah, we did it.
Victory! Well, there you have it. A story of true love I knew that that's what would happen in the end. That Fasty would fall in love with the monster lady. Because, you know what it is? It's friendly house girls, am I right? There's something about them. Colleen.
Yeah.
You are at Colleen Smith on Twitter.
Yeah, Smith. Yeah.
You start to write out Colleen Smith, but then
Just leave
get
out
tired
the
and stop.
Because there's too many Colleen Smiths. I couldn't get my own name.
You're the only Colleen Smith that I care about. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Do you have anything, any live shows coming up? You did the Uncle Joe show
At the Groundlings.
Groundlings Theater.
Nothing that I have planned now. Probably by the time this airs, I will have something, and I'll be mad that I wouldn't know about it now to tell you.
Well, when you promote the episode on your Twitter,
I'll do that.
then you can say, also check this out.
Look at this. Okay, that's my plan.
Good. I like plans. Shulie. Yes. You do still every Friday, right?
Every Friday.
The Improvised Musical.
Opening night, the Improvised Musical.
Opening night, the Improvised Musical at the Improv Olympic West.
Every Friday at 9.
Also starring our friend Mark McConville. Mm-hmm. And you are not on Twitter, is that correct?
I'm not on the Twitters.
You're not on Instagrams?
No.
Facebook.
I'm on Facebook.
Can people friend you?
People can friend
old.
me. People can friend me, and I might say yes.
There you go. But check out what Shulie's up to. She's always up to some adventure or other. Like just recently, she went and met some nieces and nephews.
They won't remember.
The devil you say.
It's true.
Shulie, you're unforgettable. I won't hear it. Chris Tallman is Mr. Chris Tallman on Twitter.
And Instagram.
And Instagram.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you would like to promote? Do you have any live shows coming up?
Thunderman's is going to be back on, I think, starting about now-ish. Ant-Man opens July 10th. Just want to remind everybody, what's going to happen when Hank Pym has to get his suit back?
Is it a tale of dry cleaning?
Well, super dry cleaning.
Super.
Gotta get those Pym particles.
Super dupes. And John Hodgman, of course, who's been lurking here this whole time.
Hello.
At Hodgman on Twitter.
HODGMAN.
John also has his own podcast, the Judge John Hodgman podcast on the Maximum Fun Network, and it is a wonderful podcast.
Thank you for saying so, Paul.
There was a recent episode where you had two people who were roommates.
Yep.
Talking about how one guy doesn't like it when his roommate goes to bed too early from the party.
Yep.
And you
what did I say? Because I don't recall.
There was a wonderful thing at the end when you rendered your judgment. When you talked about these people, what phase they were in their lives of sort of saying goodbye to their 20s when everybody hangs out all the time and moving into a different phase of your life where that is not the case anymore, where you don't quite need the herd around you all the time and you become your own person.
Yeah, I like it when young people call into the show so that I can remind them that they're dying.
That's right.
I can
They
be
are.
their own personal gasoline alley.
They are.
Yeah.
Bunch of fucking Ozymandiases. Eban Schletter. Eban Schletter is Eban Schletter on Twitter. He is at ebanschletter.com. You should go there. You should purchase his wares, his musical wares, because Eban Schletter is only the best. We are doing Spontaneanation Live again, July 11th at Largo at the Coronet. Tickets are on sale now, paulftompkins.com/live. Rate us on iTunes. Give us a good rating. It helps. Stuff like that helps. Rate us anywhere you can rate us. I know Android people right now are like, iTunes isn't the only thing. I know it's not the only thing. Come on, guys. I understand. What are you going to green party me? I get that there's other things. The way most people are going is iTunes. So I'm talking to most people. You, if there's another way to rate me, then do it. And thank you. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't after I just yelled at you. But please do spread the word of Spontaneanation, and please do come to the live shows. They're a lot of fun. Thank you so much for your support. And there's also groups on Facebook. There's a Spontaneanation group on Facebook where you can discuss the show if you like. You can also do it on the forums at Earwolf. A fun thing that I've noticed some people do occasionally is they take the question that is asked of the guest and then they answer it and they throw it out to the group. And like when Dave Foley was asked about that dinner party. If he was 13 years old, who would he invite to a dinner party? They got a lot of interesting responses. So, guys, just have fun with it. That's all I'm saying. Thank you to Earwolf for hosting the podcast. Thank you to Engineer Brett for engineering us all the way to the end of the show, which this is. Thank you so much. Goodbye forever. Until next week. Semper in presenti! Hey guys, it is Paul F. Tompkins here. Now, you know there's ads on the show, right? We have advertisers. They support the show, and they keep the show free. One of the reasons why people keep advertising on my show, Spontaneanation, is that they know that people are listening. Good people, amazing people, solid people like you. Right now, we have a survey that I would love for you to take to help Earwolf learn more about the audience. Go to podsurvey.com/PFT. Survey only takes 5 minutes, I swear. They're going to ask you some questions about yourself and what you like to buy. It's completely anonymous. So if there's a question on there like, do you like to buy a bunch of knives? No one's going to know that you enjoy knife play. Your answers will help us find advertisers that are well matched to you, your interests in the show. That also means the ads will be less annoying for you to listen to, and you're going to discover things that you will like. When you're finished the survey, you can enter a monthly drawing to win a $100 Amazon gift card. And I know you were born to shop because I saw your t-shirt. Once again, go to podsurvey.com/PFT and fill out the survey. It won't take but a minute. Thank you for helping us find the best advertisers we can so the show will remain free. This has been an Earwolf Media production. Executive producers Jeff Ulrich, Scott Ackerman, and Paul F. Tompkins. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.
Earwolfradio.com. The wolf dead.